If you queue into ranked in the finals right now, you aren't just playing against other teams, you're playing against the system itself. What I learned from ranked is that hell actually has a leaderboard, and there are two types of people in it. The first, those who work 9 to 5, come home, boot up the game to relax, and 5 minutes later, they're watching their teammates fall off the map, taking their hope with them.
Oh my god. Oh, dude, I'm about to freak out.
Second, those who sit at home all day smelling like poop while their wife begs for them to shower, and they're out here griefing silver lobbies like it's their full-time job. Either way, you're cooked. And today, we're breaking down how matchmaking, smurfing, and the shrinking player base have made ranked miserable for everyone. By the end of this video, you'll see why ranked might be pushing players away from the finals. Don't even get me started on matchmaking, bro. Matchmaking fixes have been promised to us by the gods since season 9. And yep, we all saw what that turned into. Some games, it feels like you're playing completely alone. Literally, I've been stuck in gold for longer than I can remember. I grind past silver, finally hit gold, and get dragged right back down because my teammates can't figure out what a freaking cliff is. Meanwhile, the enemy looks like they've been playing the finals since they were born. And somehow, it's almost never the other way around. Then you have to wonder, why is so much of your rank decided by just a few placement games? Playing ranked starts to feel less like a test of skill and more like gambling. You queue up, roll the dice, and hope you get a team that actually knows what they're doing. And when you lose a few games in a row, you might as well pack your bags because the ranked grind is over for the day. So you have bad teammates, stacked enemies, and a rank system that feels like gambling. But apparently that wasn't enough. And that leads me to my next point, because Embark has built something into the code. What is in the code? Smurfing. What is smurfing, you may ask? Smurfing is when you get so good at a game that now you're competing at a higher level. So you make a new account and go back to smashing players at a lower level. Basically, you get too good for your own rank. You make a new account and become everyone else's problem. And for those who actually have friends, they can all do this together and make a whole new squad of Smurf. Now you got a full team of high level players stomping people out who are just trying to climb the rank. The problem is they're taking away wins from the players who actually belong in that rank. And if you're a new player getting destroyed by someone who clearly doesn't belong in your lobby, why will you even stick around? That's how smurfing doesn't just ruin one game, it makes rank miserable for everyone. And if rank keeps giving players reason to quit, then there's one thing we're going to have to talk about. When the finals launched 3 years ago, it peaked around 243,000 players online at release. But by season 2, the game was struggling to hold on to even a fraction of that launch audience. And when you have a smaller player base, ranked has a much harder time finding enough players to create fair matches. But the player count isn't the only problem. When the finals first came out, there simply wasn't that much content to keep players around. The maps, modes, rotations could start to feel a bit repetitive, especially if you were playing the game every day. And then there's the biggest problem of all. A lot of people do not even know the finals exist. You don't know how many times I told people about this game and had them look at me like I just made it up. You can have one of the most funnest shooters on the market, but if nobody knows the game exists, you're fighting an uphill battle. And when fewer newer players come into the game, the rank pool gets smaller. A smaller rank pool means fewer players to match with. Fewer players to match with means more uneven games. All this to say that this game had great potential, but if it keeps going in this direction, this game will perish.